You've got this nice big pocket, and you're not going to catch an area because there's traffic in front of you, so we're not dealing with that right now. So there's nothing to
Boy,
to
Neri
keep
was
digging in
just
here.
3 seconds from me. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like, this could have easily just been an extra second that you lost in traffic, and like, there's the rest of the race to still run. You still have 6 or 7 laps, so who knows what's going to happen at this point in time. But you're definitely going to lose something by doing this.
Wait, Gracie's 19, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
was I was definitely lower.
yeah. You were down here. You were 23rd.
Yeah, so okay.
Yeah, yeah. We were lapping back markers for a little bit, right? So the part that broke my heart is I was like, I looked at the MFD and I looked at where you were, and I was like, you have a slam dunk third place. That it's like, man, I don't know what's happening, but it's not this. It's not this.
Yeah, that was karma for
you know.
first.
Well,
But yeah,
like,
it
you know,
happens.
the first one would have been like, if I was going to be critical about it, the first one I would have marked as a racing incident. This one it wouldn't have really so much have been a penalty, but I probably would have applied one anyway, just out of
Hmm.
principle, right? Because you ran into a back marker car, and so yeah, he was moving. Yeah, he should have held his line, but he didn't. And then it's up to you to, it's always the overtaking car's responsibility to make the choice. So you made the choice. Here we are.
Great
And
choice.
so happens. Happens.
What else happened on this race, guys?
Oh, Fagan, what happened to you? You spun like right into Parabolica. What happened to you?
I lost it. I think
Mm,
I don't
Dirty
know.
tires and trying too hard.
maybe.
Was it the same lap?
I don't know. I'm
I'm
trying
not
to find.
sure.
I'm not
There
sure.
was
A
a
lot of
lot of
things
that.
happened to you, and I was trying to keep up, and then I quit. So I don't
I think I
remember.
had enough damage to where I just had to slow everything down, and I don't
Uh
think I
huh.
slowed down enough on that turn particularly. So I
That might have
just
been.
spun it, and I was like, "Well, just sit,
That
cross
might have been.
fingers. Hopefully nobody comes see me." Oh no! Okay.
People can see me.
It was really bad.
Devin?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Did I kill someone in the first corner? Because I was really going on the inside. Just there was a lot of space on the outside. I don't know.
What happened to Carter?
He spun in front of me.
Himself out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he dropped it in the second left.
Yeah, I saw that. That was sad.
Who was in front of me in the first turn?
I
Do
got
you remember
hit
what
in
lap it
turn
was
one, but it was kind of because I crossed over to the apex of this, like turn two, and then I got hit because of that. Because the person behind me didn't expect it. I should have just stayed outside of turn
That was a really
Yeah,
nice thing to say.
I'm
That's
sorry
a really
about
nice
that,
thing to
Mitch.
say. I would not have said that.
two. I mean, I don't know. Like I thought I was ahead. Like I didn't have anything in my like HUD pop up or whatever, and so that's why I went for the apex. But then it turned out to
Oh no, Mitch! If I was stewarding, you definitely were
unlucky.
ahead when that happens. Like
Yeah.
you're giving yourself a little too much credit. Like I'm not saying that you got hit maliciously, but like that was not your fault.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Look at like the beginning of lap 2 or 3, like after the first corner.
What am I looking for?
Well, go back to
Right
yeah,
there.
right there. Can we see what happened to cause?
Oh yeah. I think no one caused that. At least I haven't seen what I think. Actually, this is a good angle for me to look at because I need to come back and look at this. Larry, I take back what I said.
Oh.
I take back what I said.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
figured.
From the camera angle, when I looked at it, it looked more severe from the other side. But yeah, he definitely got hit.
Well, no, if you'll go in and watch, he actually turns into him. He's
Right, it looked
blocking.
like the other guy was in the wrong spot.
No, I
He
mean,
should have
look
let him have
at
it.
it from F1 in cockpit. You get down to this point, and the turning point is not here.
No.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well, because that's the thing is that, like when I looked back at the
But was he
replay
bumped
from,
already?
no,
Well,
he turned.
He gets turned, but he's also too far to the right. There's no way he's making this corner.
Yeah.
That way on that angle.
actually, I started braking. I think 25 meters earlier than
But look, see how he hasn't even been touched yet, and his car is not out near the edge of the road.
No.
I keep telling you guys to use the white line as a reference. He's a full car's width too far to the right.
Yep. Because that's initially what I told you when I looked at this. Is I was like, man, it looks like he turned across the front of his nose and is trying to, trying to kind of squeeze him over to have him check up. You guys are moving forward. Where are you going to check up to?
Was he
So-
defending?
I
I'm
wouldn't call it
thinking
that.
possibly.
Yeah.
So he
Maybe
wasn't.
like emotionally,
he
like
just
maybe
kept turning.
maybe like psychologically in principle, he felt like he was
Right.
defending.
Well, I mean, if
But-
he cuts his line, he might have been trying to force the purple car back.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he was
Purple
just
car didn't
saying.
back off, and
Yep. Yeah.
unfortunately,
Or
in that
couldn't, because-
circumstance,
Yeah, but he did it way too late.
Right.
He
Oh,
should
yeah.
have declared
if
much
he had
earlier.
moved over to block earlier, it would have been a different story.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. If we had been back, maybe with the gray and the orange cars or like something super early, I'd be like, oh, okay, you're squeezing me now. All right, I shall stop. But at this point in the corner, we're focusing on trying to turn in, and so we can't do anything about it.
But I can say that Jeremy was having a problem with his car tonight. It was not handling like he wanted it to. I was watching him for quite a while.
Yeah, but this is more bad strategy.
Oh,
Like,
I know. I'm
you
just
know?
saying. I think he may have been. If anything, as far as setup goes, he was compensating. But this is way too blatant early.
Mhm.
And then when he does get touched, he gets turned sideways.
Yeah, and then he goes flying through the field, right? The thing is that like when we're gonna do a racecraft clinic once we get a couple other things ironed out, and one of the things we're gonna talk about is like what is the difference between positioning your car to defend versus straight up just running someone off the road, right?
Yeah.
Because there are some times where it's like, guys, there's a car there, and you are both moving in the same direction at a high rate of speed. The laws of physics will not change to the other car, no matter how badly emotionally you want it to.
Exactly.
And so sometimes you just have to give up or concede or like let that car roll right by the apex in front of you and then you'll just undercut him. And it's the exact same effect. But trying to force him to turn across his nose is literally asking for physics to change while you drive by. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and if both of them tried to brake at the same braking point, meaning a regular braking point, then whoever has the better braking ability would have been the one that would have been possibly better off.
Right.
But since both of them actually ended up in the same position, even though one brakes at the same time as the other, say if Jeremy has a better setup on brakes, he still shouldn't be moving over.
No. I mean, what I air quotes we've done here is we're going to try to smooth someone. Is brake along with them, and then at the moment that you're going to release your brakes, you pop off your brake a little early and roll forward, right? Because that way, at least your car has rolled in front of the car before you both start turning. If he doesn't turn, you don't turn. If he's turning, he'll be going more slowly, and you can drive the wide line around him. But you're never turning across his nose,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of people carry the momentum and they try to turn with it before checking to see what the other car is going to do. And then they're like, oh my god, I got hit. Well, no way. You turned your blind eye to the car next to you and just kind of make it stop. And then I feel bad for Sean because Sean's just minding his own business. And then all of a sudden there's just this lane.
He got catapulted across.
Yeah. There's literally nothing he can do about this. He's on the exit thinking that he's having a race. And then he
Right,
gets
and-
assaulted.
Well, the other thing too, at that point, Jeremy is almost out of control to begin with because even if he's on the brakes, he can't stop in the short chute.
Right.
He hits the big yellow curb and the big white one, and it just launches the car across there. So he was basically airborne into the back of his car.
Yep. But that was all due to the early turn-in, and then physics continuing to say, "Well, screw you,"
Yeah,
and carrying you as we go.
At that point,
So-
you're just a passenger.
Yep. I took a note on that one really early, and that was the one that if we had stewarding or like if we had. So by the way, FYI, in case you guys don't know, we have silent stewards for the rookie class, and the reason why we have that is because I want you guys focusing on learning rather than who should get penalties. So I get notes every once in a while of like how everyone's driving, and I'll take notes and look at a few things so I can be mindful. I'll talk to you guys later afterwards. But the reason why we don't have active stewarding is I don't want you guys distracted by that, right? Like I
You
don't
have enough to do to drive the
You have
car.
enough to do to drive the car. Yeah, I mean, with all due respect, guys, I want you guys focusing on how to drive better, not whether you got a time penalty or not. Right? Well, we spend times here to talk about what would have been a time penalty in a Silver Series or something like that, right? And you make a mistake, you apologize, we move on. No one holds on to anything. But I also don't need the extra drama of, oh my god, you should give so and so a penalty. Like, I'm not for what? Penalty on a 0-point series that gives you nothing at the end of it? Nah. No thanks. No thanks.
That's a
But
good
yeah,
point.
yeah.
So I'm gonna give myself a shout out because that's just what's gonna happen. Driving the car number 69, nice.
Okay.
Spun myself out on the out lap.
Yes, you did.
Gave myself 38 seconds of damage.
Yeah,
Pitted
let me
lap
ask you a
2 and went the
question.
whole race. It was
me
the
ask you a
funniest
question.
shit. I'm so happy this
How
happened.
in the hell did you even attempt that?
I don't know.
I
You know, I'm
literally
here to
had
make
bu-
mistakes, Larry. So
No. I had bumped back into the back of the pack to make sure everybody was, getting up and being close, and all of a sudden you were in a straightaway, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And
yeah,
all
you want
of
to
a
watch it in
sudden,
slow
I
mo?
saw the side of his car, and it was like,
If you lose this car
I
out
was
of second, if
mixing
you
laps.
lose
about
this
another
car
10
out of
seconds.
second Lesmo, I'm gonna lose it.
no,
Like,
it was in this straightaway.
Yep. I was warming the tires just to fuck with,
that
you're like,
doesn't work.
I know. I was doing it because
Remember?
Larry
I
said it didn't
mentioned-
work, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'll do it anyways. And then I spun my
I
car
said
out.
it looked cool, but that's not what we're here for.
I
Watch
saw this whole thing from my rear view, dude. I was like, oh, rip.
And then I was like, well, shit. Now I gotta wait the whole pack to get past me. And then you're like, no, it's transparent. So I just beeline and cut the whole track to get in place.
Right here is
What a stupid. I just want everyone to watch this extraordinarily stupid exchange of everything. Just enjoy rookie league shit. There we go.
That's how it
I
happened.
was like, whoop, oh wait, and then I was like, oh, I don't have to worry about hitting you, but I slowed down anyway.
George Russell.
It was funny too because like I looked at that and I saw where you were on the track and I was like, I don't even know. All the cars are ghosted. I don't even know how what happened.
Yeah, I was about to
He
ask
dazed
that.
himself in confusion. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this because it's just stupid, but it's hilarious, and I thought everyone should get the
I think I
experience.
might want to slow this down a bit. I think I might want to spend more time.
Yeah,
on
you
this.
should. Oh, look at that second bump.
Let's watch
too.
it in half speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's already there.
One of the funniest
How did he
things,
get
though, is
ghosted there?
when I was watching it, I was down in Ascari looking back the other way, and all of the cars that were driving down the straightaway, they moved over and they went around him and they came back.
How did he get ghosted? Did the
Ghost,
game
right?
do that?
Yeah, we're talking about it. You're like, oh, you can ghost? Got it. You're like,
Man.
like, okay.
You know, at this
got
point,
it.
I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm just gonna hit it. Right. I knew exactly where my spot was.
Well,
I knew
and
the
the
guy
thing-
in front and behind me, and I'm like,
And the thing was, I'm like,
slot in.
at the same time, I'm like, hurry up! The race is about to start. If you don't hurry up, you are gonna have a bad time. Go, 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 go.
I slotted
Like-
right in.
Oh my god!
But I did give myself 38 seconds of damage, so then I was like so fucking slow. I had to pit lap 2 and went the entire race on one set of tires in full fuel.
Yep.
Mark,
So,
can I-
and then
can I-
got back to my qualifying spot. So anyway, that's the only thing interesting that happened to me. It was fucking hilarious.
This is what happens when you don't listen to advice.
Can I see
This
who
is all.
checked me in turn 1?
Sure.
It was me. It was me.
404, coincidentally, right next to Mark.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way. Huh.
Yeah, it's
It was me,
amazing
but
when the
dude,
coach
I
tells
think you turned
don't
into
do
me,
it. You
man.
do it anyway, and all of a
We'll
sudden
see,
you're
though.
sideways in the track.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I'm just fucking around here, man. It's funny because it's like, it's just a league to do stupid shit like that. I learned how to, I don't know what I learned.
And that's a long rambly way to say I
No,
fucked
I
up,
learned.
but okay.
I mean, yeah. I asked you to go back and watch it. I'm not trying to hide anything, rude.
I didn't blame you for it. I'm just saying. Ramble, 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 ramble.
Look at
Do I
the
panic
moves
brake
out
here?
of the orange car. Oh my god.
Right.
This was the recipe for destruction, but it went out all right.
I think.
So I
you
already
gotta-
got.
I think you got a helping hand.
A big
I
hand.
think I might have bumped you a little bit there. I think that was me behind
So
you.
that was not me. Yeah, that was not me that
I
just
think
whacked
you
you.
got a helping
Wait,
hand.
Yeah.
wait.
Was that Emilio by accident, or did he get punted from
No,
behind?
I was
No,
behind
Amelia was
Jack
behind me.
Kubiak.
Yeah, Amelia's back there.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta help. Yeah, you got a helping hand. The 47.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
Me, and then I hit
Emilio had
him.
it saved, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden he got punted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Oof.
And then 2 cars merged into one up there. So that.
Yeah, I
that's,
saw that. I watched
know.
that.
Yeah, see, man, I had no space on my left or right. I'd have to go like way off track. I didn't even have margin to do
That
it.
is
So I
a
was like-
certified Monza T1 moment, and you know what?
Yeah.
I worked my way back up through the field, so 0 complaints.
Yeah, good job.
What'd you
Except-
place, dude?
Good job.
4th.
That's freaking great. Congrats.
Yeah.
I'm not saying 3rd, but 4th.
Hey.
Yeah.
We got a Sebastian Vettel on this clip as well.
Oh yeah.
Sebastian.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold
God,
on.
man, you just got
Hold
like
on.
Oscar.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, there now.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Who was that?
That was Jeremy, I think. Let me
Guys,
see.
somebody mentioned something about the orange car over there at the beginning. I believe it was me. I was trying to make a move on the first turn. Is that wrong?
As far as going 3 lanes from left to right twice, yes.
Oh.
Oh my god. We'd like to report a murder. It's just like a public assault. Like
Oh, Larry.
Oh, boy.
That's fucking.
Actually,
Yeah.
what happened was I was watching as we were watching the beginning of that race, and we were heading into turn 1 looking for Jackson. I noticed that all of a sudden, your car goes from the left lane to the middle, almost to the full right, comes back to the middle and back to the left, and I thought, I hope that was netcode.
Right? You know, it's funny. This isn't even the thing I was looking for. I was looking for this. I was looking for the start. Oh god, we need to have a conversation about that.
Yeah, that 47 car is the same one that was right behind me going into T1 that hit me and started the chain reaction.
By the way, gentlemen, the rookie open test night and the Sim Racing GP is up and ready to be participated in. We
Yeah,
have
grab a car.
10 showing. We still have 40 places.
What?
I think this is a bailout. I think this is what this is. Because that's what I would do. I would bail out and just say, screw it. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I probably wouldn't have passed any cars, which you kind of didn't do. So yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a smart thing to do.
I mean,
Because
at
you're not
least-
going to make it. Not going to make it through that.
I feel like you should put at least some effort in trying to go around the signs, though.
No. I mean, you don't want to put any effort in trying to pass any cars. But why? Like, I'm going to sit here and lose 45 seconds because someone doesn't know how to turn in front of me. No way. No way.
Valid.
No, he
Yeah, I
gained
wouldn't
like didn't he gain like 11 positions off that?
I don't know.
I believe he did.
Yeah, I think so.
Now he lost it.
There, he
And now
almost
he
took
lost
me
the
out
whole-
again.
And then he
Yeah.
knocks into
Voice
somebody
on
else.
that. Right,
Yeah.
well, I had to avoid him when he got back on, and then up here in the corner, that's me in front, I think.
I
That,
don't know.
right,
I don't know. I don't know what
everybody
47 was. I don't know what that was. I'm gonna get on that in a minute. But
He was 26, right? Before the chicane, and 16 after the chicane, I guess.
yeah, something like that. I'm just gonna watch it again.
But
Yeah.
something,
Like,
In your time.
because like conceptually, I wouldn't sit there, but I also wouldn't like try to pass a whole field of cards and say they counted, because you you'd have just got the track.
Well, technically, at that point, when he went through the chicane and didn't even bother to go around the bollards and all that kind of stuff, in live stewarding, that probably would have been a drive-through and a 30-second stop and go.
Yeah, for sure. Oh hell yeah.
For
Oh, hell
especially
yeah.
gaining 11 places.
Mm-hmm. Because at the very minimum, if you wanted to keep your spot, you just go and sit there for a while and let the cars finish doing what they're doing, and then kind of roll out relatively close to where you need to be.
How did he not stop in time?
He did.
No, he
got up
didn't,
and
actually.
went again.
Actually, he didn't.
Yeah.
So like when you get to the last part of where he gets to Tucker, he almost hits him, and then
That's
he's
what
like,
I'm saying. How the hell did you not? How the hell did you not?
Why
stop?
didn't he stay in there in line though, instead of just going fat straight?
or at least park it there in the
To
chicane.
see, like right there, that was me. Just barely missed him getting back on.
Check the throttle when he comes up to the back of that car. I'm sure he was accelerating.
Just go helicam.
You can see it down here.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Up.
Oh damn.
I don't know.
Yeah, that definitely would have gotten you a penalty under normal circumstances for sure.
If anything, he might be trying to warm up his brakes and tires, but that's late in a lap. I doubt it.
No, the race has started. Like You're not allowed to warm up your brakes after turn 1. Like, we've started now.
And then what happens up here?
I think here
Might
just
flew
karma.
through.
Yeah, he
Whoosh.
gets the cost.
Wow.
47. I think the 47 just missed his point completely, and I'm trying to find what car that
Completely,
is.
yes. And the other
Yeah.
thing is Jeremy was on the brakes, off the brakes, and back on again.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, he gets hit here, but like the break point for this car. So okay, there's actually a couple things I want to talk about here. First of all, this is a first square gear corner. Don't at me. Stop spinning in this corner in second gear. Just stop it. Right. Second of all, the break point is back in like the 150, so he's missed this by a Texas mile. Right. He's never gonna make this corner. Like ever.
Neither one of them are.
No. No.
Even Jeremy and whoever's in the number 47, that was a no-no.
Yeah, and you know, as much as I hate to say it, also crossing the inside, even though he avoided Sean, is also a no-no in my book.
Probably should
I
have
would.
dove off to the right.
Oh,
He
that's
should have dove off
fine.
to the right. Yeah. If you're gonna dive away from traffic, not into traffic.
Not only that, he just came out of a corner where he was in the gravel and the grass. There's no way he's making this corner.
Nope.
Even
Nope.
at 150, I doubt it.
Nope. I mean, like, we should have been braking here just to be like, you know, my life was a dramatic mess a minute ago. I want to just give him a minute to like let all that kind of settle down, and maybe I'll make it through the corner. And I think the 311 is going to kill himself, so maybe I'll just let that happen. But instead, we don't get on the brakes until the 100, which in no car in this game is this going to work. So okay, and then here we go the completely wrong way, because if you're going to bail out to the right side so you can dump yourself in this open little parking area instead of potentially wiping yourself out to 5 cars. Like, I'm surprised this crash wasn't worse.
Go where the cars are not going, not where they are going.
I'm surprised I made it through there.
Well, you didn't. You didn't. You had to run into him. Right? That's the
Twice.
problem. You didn't. Yeah, you didn't even make it through there. Like, you
Right,
basically
but I
got-
mean, I didn't spin out. At least I kept going.
Oh no. I was defending for you. Right? Like, out of principle,
right.
you got barely hit and then cut off. And then it's like, damn, what else are you supposed to do now? Right? So that's not okay.
Devin?
Yep.
I know what happened, and I know it wasn't his fault. He was not trying to do that on purpose. Lap 19, turn 1.
Okay.
Car 67, please, sir.
19, turn 1. Let's back up. Get rid of this because this gets on me. Just best be dramatic because you're not around anybody.
Look behind me.
Yeah.
Was this one?
This must be really dramatic because you're not buying one. No one fucking listens to me when I say things.
I guess it wasn't the 19 one. It was maybe the 20th.
Like it was a ghost. I swear, guys, it was a ghost.
Man, like, I'm not like trying to be all polite.
There you
nice
go.
to you.
There
Like,
you
"Oh,
go.
just turn around, okay. Absolutely.
I just
fucking
missed.
nothing.
I just want to see if I missed the breaking point.
You had to have if that's you in the purple car.
No, Nary's this car. He's the car that got hit.
I'm the 67.
Yeah, you're the 67. You got
I'd say
hit
look at
by.
it from behind
but
and
I was-
see where his brake lights come on.
What car is this? The 666?
Not that close going that fast. You
Alright.
should have been.
Here we go. Mr.
Oh,
Roll. I already think I already know the answer.
Ruts
to this.
aligning.
Yeah.
That team name is an oxymoron.
So the brake.
150?
Yeah, the brake. That's not even
At the
150.
150.
That's like 140. Like, that's not 150.
I was
He's
braking
doing
at 150 a little bit
150,
later than that, with an empty
200,
tank.
150. Yeah,
Right
I-
at 150.
Like 145 maybe. Because I look at the nose of the car.
check his
Yeah, but he got
ABS
into
and
his draft.
Oh yeah, check F1.
And the
ABS,
and the brake
ABS
position.
and the brake bias are good.
He hit one. He broke at 150, but he got into the guy in front of him. He got into his draft, so
Oh,
any
yeah.
wind resistance he had went away. So naturally, he caught right up to him. So he should have
Not-
broken a little bit earlier.
Not even that. Like, well, okay, so yes, the last thing you said was correct. But up until that point, like the break point for this car is around 150. So if there's a Lamborghini in front of you, you need to give yourself at least a Lamborghini's amount of distance to brake if
Right.
you're going to brake at your latest possible point. So
Right.
even at the 150, you're way too late because you've eaten up your Lamborghini distance when you initially got on the brakes. So the moment you got to 150, you were already dead. right? So here we are.
That's a really
Eris
good
is a
point.
really good. Eris does a really great video about this, and like he's the only one I've seen to actually talk about this concept. But like the cars physically have a deceleration rate, right? They can only slow down at a certain rate, and so when you're following in traffic, you have to accommodate for the additional distance of the car in front of you because you're both slowing down at the same rate. And so
Doesn't mean when you're right behind somebody either. That means
No.
even if you're behind somebody by this distance.
No, because the deceleration rates are even bigger.
Right.
Right?
That's what I'm saying.
You're right, the car in front of you is moving at a significantly slower speed because he is farther in the corner. So you're going to close up on him like crazy. So when you get to the end, this is naturally going to happen. You are moving more quickly than the car in front of you. That's why you hit cars.
He's
right?
pulling you too at that point.
Yeah, that's why I hate it when commentators always say like, "Oh, he's being beaten on the brakes but being killed on the straightaway." It's that two separate cars are at two different rates of speed. It has nothing to do with skill set at all, right? But people never pay attention to that at all. So every time I hear a commentator say that, I laugh at them because I'm like, "That's not how physics works, like at all, like zero."
He was on the brakes all the way up to the touch too. He never
Yeah.
let off.
No. I mean, if Neri hadn't been where he was, probably would have maybe made the corner, maybe. Right? Because because there's your Lamborghini's worth of space. Where the Lamborghini is. Like, oh no, there's a Lamborghini in front of me. Like, you can even visibly see this. Like, where the car would want to slow down to make the corner, there's another car there.
Yeah,
so of course you're gonna hit him.
If Neri hadn't been there, that would have been almost like a perfect breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's another car in a place.
But there's another car there. Like, I know it sounds rude, but it's just because it's obvious. Like, right? So you have to accommodate for that. Plus, too, like you want to give yourself room when you're around other cars anyway. Like, if you're going to be chasing someone in the brakes that aggressively, brake at the 160, give yourself a little bit of room. So if the car in front of you makes a mistake on its own, you can see it with enough time. Right? If you brake at the latest possible point, you have given your tires no time to do anything else except for that initial thing. So if Neri let's say he were to spin, right? Still gonna hit him. Or you're gonna have to bail out into something significant because you haven't given yourself any time. Right? You gotta give yourself time, guys. Right? Otherwise this happens a lot.
Is what almost happened on lap 9 with Mark and me.
I was just gonna call that out. I matrix dodged that shit. Lap 9 through Ascari.
Yeah, I just saw your
69.
car like passing by,
Yeah, you'll
like
see
really
this,
fast, and I couldn't.
Yeah, you broke real early, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry
I broke
about
right on. No, it's fine. It's my responsibility to not run into your ass. I paid for it still. So.
By the way, Solinen, that was nothing new about the criticism that we were giving you.
No, this is just normal.
That's normal.
I say this every single time we do a race.
Well, this is his first race with us. That's why I thought I'd give him a heads up.
Oh, that's fair.
He's still here and listening, I hope.
How you catch me so fast? Oh, it was lap 10.
Maybe it was lap
maybe?
10. I have it. Oh, I have it on my replay as lap 8. At the end of lap 8, beginning of lap 9. I'm on it right now.
Mine shows us lap 9, so.
That's really weird. Oh, because I took an early pit, so it was my lap. Okay.
Oh yeah, because if you were lap down, that would make sense.
Yeah, I was lap down.
Different set of tires, different fuel load, maybe.
I had a lot more fuel, so I had a weird brake bias too. I was trying to play with the tire temps.
Oh shit, that was way too late.
Whoa, yeah. I mean, so like, for me, I'm on the brakes at Ascari by myself about where that man is, so that the yellow marker where the
yeah, you guys are pushing the issue there.
guys, jeez.
Remember,
Like,
braking late is not your friend. Exit speed is.
Exit speed is your friend. Like, I don't know a better way to explain it too, because like everyone dives into the corner and then like turns in a lot or scrubs the front tires, and then their exits are just really, really slow. Right? It's the part where you put your foot on the gas and go down to the floor that matters, not the part where you turn the wheel. The wheel is an artificial brake. It creates a slip angle that slows the car down.
Yeah.
So you got to give yourself time. But where that little man is, like Bob the Builder, that's where I'm on the brakes. You're on the brake because I need enough time.
Yeah, that's.
You can check my next lap. I was on the brakes at the same point most laps.
Look
Yeah.
at me,
early turn. I eat a lot of curb.
Yeah, but see, what I'm saying is that you ate the car in front of you. The reason why I brake at the orange marker is to always give myself a margin so I never have to think about it. Right? It's not about the optimal lap every single time. It's about giving yourself a survivability margin so you don't have to dodge the car in front of you.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was that close to this car. That's why. I mean,
Yeah,
I saved
It
it.
was a murder
I'll
attempt.
nuke myself. It was
Well,
It was a murder attempt.
and we kind of say we saved it, but like we also ran ourselves into the rear of the wall, right? So really, what happened is we wrecked our car, right?
Yeah.
That's not a save. That's a crash.
Yep.
And now here we are in the dirt.
Yeah.
Dead. That's not a save. So like, giving yourself the safety margin isn't gonna hurt you. Like you'll lose a tenth maybe by braking an extra 5 feet. 5 feet, dude. Right? And then what you'll gain on the exit is 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Like I appreciate it, but like I did not know I was this close to the car. I did not realize the close rate. If you look at the previous turn, he was like barely in my vision. Like I don't know why I was closing. I don't know if you had damage or something like that, but I was just not mentally prepared to brake early.
Well, I think that's the key point I'm trying to get to. Like the last thing you said is the most important point, right? You got to be mentally prepared to brake early. You don't know what the car in front of you is going to do. You have to give yourself some margin for the unexpected because you can't drive their car and your car at the same time. You can only drive your car. So you have to give yourself a safety margin for the unexpected. Unless you're with a guy that you can trust full on. You can drive in lap after lap with him and hit the same point over and over again, and you can predict it. You have to give yourself a buffer because you don't know. And so a lot of these instances show up where people are like, well, I didn't see it coming. That's why safety margins exist, because you didn't see it coming. So you gotta give yourself a little margin so that that car can wiggle or wobble or be slow, and you can then accommodate and then just drive right on the next one. Because you would have killed him going through his car if he would have dead.
Not only that, when we're talking about having your exit speeds being non-optimal or not gaining speed, if you guys will pay attention, sometimes when you come out of a corner, you look up at the timer, and the timer starts counting down and down and down, and then it gets into the red, and it gets farther into the red, and then you get to the other end of the straightaway, and you brake, and if you're gaining time, it all of a sudden starts going back towards zero. It's not the way it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be going the other way. You should be gaining going down the straightaway, not losing time.
Yeah. It happens to me all the time. I suck on X. I charge the corner a little too much. I dump the power a little too early, and then I'm just giving time back as I'm going down the straight. I complain about it all the time. And it's mostly because my entries are really too hot on the entry, and then physics and math are beating me up for the rest of the corner. Well,
Hey, David.
what's up?
Car 404, final lap at Carabao. You know what I did.
That's the one that I threw up in chat. He spun Chamberlain.
Why? What did he do to you? I thought you guys were fast. Oh no! Oh. Well,
He was already kind of losing
I
it.
don't know.
He was, and I didn't really go back a little bit more. So for context, it was me and Arnold was behind me, and this was the first time I was actually within car distance, and I'd been reeling him in past 8 laps maybe.
Okay. Just want to look at it here. This will help me. So you didn't touch him.
First things first, he wasn't on the clean line when he first got into the corner, though, Jackson.
Yeah.
And so now he's, trying to get himself back. Like, honestly, I would say that trying to get the car back, if that's what we're trying to do here, was part of his death kneel, right? Rather than saying, oops, I've missed the corner and kind of run a wide line and maybe drag race with you to the finish. Trying to get back to the apex when I'm all the way over is asking the car to turn when it's still going forward. And
yeah, but the part that got me was he just like pushed right through him.
I did not want to. I thought I felt, dude.
Isn't that how you do it?
It's like a sacrificial sacrifice, right? The ceremonial sacrifice.
This
like
is super trofeo, bro. This ain't crux.
Oh man, that's funny.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, it is a little bit. It is a little bit because it's like it's like a forgivable mistake followed by an unforgivable mistake. Like, oh
Exactly.
man, you missed him barely. Oh, you killed him. Like, oh no. This part is fine, and this part just happens, and I feel bad for Chamberlain, and then he's dead, and then you've ruined his life.
Wow, last lap.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Technically, that was something that could have been avoided, but you didn't know it was going to happen because you didn't know he was going to lose control right before.
Yeah. You know, like I would have given you a penalty here for just like you should have pretended to like you cared that you hit him, right? Like I wouldn't have said like, oh, he spun him, that didn't happen. But right here, I would have been like, pretend that you care and get off the gas.
He did for a second.
Yeah, just to line him up so he could move his ass out of the way. You know, just like, oh my god, you were in my way.
I tried. I don't know what I was doing, man.
You know, your team name summarizes this very well. Zero effort. Yeah,
It's
very good. Well done.
zero efforts of Valorant esports team.
Devin, you're in a roasty mood tonight. I'm here for it.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
no.
Yeah, but the important part, didn't he gain a position after all?
He did. He did.
I don't deserve it.
Oh, well done.
He did. Well, you know, okay, so Jackson, I will say, in a situation like this, in a competitive situation, let the steward come to you.
Okay.
Because, like, that would have been a 50-50 call, right? Like, if we were legit competing, like if we were being serious now, right? And something like that happened, I would have waited to see if someone came to me. Because I could have argued you could have gotten away with that, right?
But
Like,
then again, too, if you think about it, while they're walking through the pits, Chamberlain's coming at him with his
oh
helmet in
yeah,
his hand.
oh yeah, you keep your helmet on and you stay in the pits and maybe hide behind your car. Yeah, that's a fair one. Yeah, but if we're just aiming for a result, I might not say anything and just be like, let's see what happens. Depends on how much you like him or not. So, you know. But I'm not a lawyer.
bad.
I do not give legal counsel. So.
Can we go to 68 and my turn? Spin out. I don't even.
Do you remember what lap it was? It was somewhere near the mid to end, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was looking at it for a while because I was wondering how the hell you got there.
Same.
Yeah, it was one of these long gaps. There it is.
Oh my god! I just saw this. Simracing GP Season 6 Party Race. 74 participants.
Yep. Yep.
Holy fuck!
I think I'm gonna have to pull because I'm gonna be out all next week. I'm so sad.
Yeah, you guys gotta use the Maserati and no balls.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, and I also stalled Carmen too, so it made it even worse.
Oh, hey, wait. So I have a question for Bob before we watch this. Well, how much wing are you running? How much wing are you running? For Vegas. How much wing are you running? How much wing were you running? Yeah. How much wing were you running?
I don't know.
Probably not enough.
Megan, you ran 0 wing at Spa. How much wing were you running here?
Probably 0.
Oh. Why? The track turns. Why?
There's bends.
Why? It's got this. You're in one of them. Look, it's doing it right now.
And you want to know why it's difficult to control the car?
I think this is David lashing out after like 5 weeks of our like full stupidity.
I knew it when I saw it. I was just like, if this car has 0 or 1 wing on it, I swear to God, man, I'm gonna come down there. Like, why?
In defense of him, I was driving on the quali with 0 wing, so.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
0 wing.
I-
0
Yeah.
or nothing.
I did exactly the same though with 5 on my wing on the second to last lap, like an idiot.
You know what? Let me look this up officially. I think
Yeah,
I
you
did change before the race.
Under official review.
Right, but once the tires start going out, it gets real slippery anyway. You know, towards the end.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I put it down to the tires, not my dumb driving.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right. So,
so
how many laps is he in here? Like he's right in the prime of the tires going slippery, right? From
Did
the
you stopped your car and you put new ones on?
Yeah.
When did you stop?
Ooh, I had enough damage to stop like halfway through.
So that's still enough, and the tire's still good.
I don't know. When you got about, let's see,
I
it
had
was
to
like
I had to
13.
fit myself
7.
in the corner so it didn't clip anybody. I was like, oh
Yeah.
gosh. And I was like,
Once you
wait,
get
is
like
there-
6, 7 laps on them tires, man, they start getting real slippery.
Yeah, I ended up doing a lot of testing over the weekend, and I ran like a lot of open brake ducting to get
My
a long
back
run
left
out of
was
it.
cooking, and I had no clue how to fix it.
It's Lamborghini things. It just
That
happens
is the
there.
thing that drove me the most crazy about this fucking car the entire series. Just
Yeah.
managing the back left tire heat.
I
I
was
spent
having that
so
issue
much
in the
time
Force
dialing
Cup
in tire
too, though.
pressures and playing with camber and toe. I was just obnoxious. This one fucking tire.
Did
Everything
you
else
guys
was
ever
fine.
think about the preload on the differential?
Yeah,
Dang
you
it,
helped me
yeah.
with that. I went up from 60 to 80, and that did help a little bit.
Yeah, well, if
preload.
you'd gone to 100, it probably would have been even better
Right.
because what's happening is you're spinning the outside tire. That's why this tire gets smoked.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was like 120 or
I
something
run
like that.
100 to 120. Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
Yeah.
I run 50.
And we're just not
Yeah.
going to talk about what type of wing I wear.
default setup's
No,
at
no,
60.
no. Yes, we are. I want to
What
know.
type
Hold
of
on.
wing you wear?
Everyone stop. Fagan, what wing were you having on your car?
It doesn't matter.
On the race.
This is critically important right now.
Well,
Yes,
maybe
it
we ought
does.
to ask everybody what wing they're running.
I don't care
One.
about what everybody else is running. I want to know what
Wow.
wing he was running on his car.
I would like to have a private discussion with. No,
Chat.
I had 0.
Yeah, you did.
Well, kudos for you for doing the whole race like that.
Yeah, I was in the race 4, so it
You
was
know,
good
I'm
for
gonna-
the quali, but
I'm gonna stitch it. I'm gonna stitch this on the side of your car. Rookie makes his life harder than he needs to. Fagan. Like it's gonna be this long sticker that goes from front bumper to rear bumper. Like, oh man, you got to drive 20 laps on that thing, man. Like, come on.
I watched my spin, and actually, I think I was too greedy with the throttle. I don't think it was the tires. Well, they didn't help, right? But it was just too greedy.
How did that brake balance?
Oh.
Thing work out for you?
Much better. Much better. Made a big difference, and it's just
Well,
more
now that you've
confidence on the
learned how to
brakes and
slow
turning.
down, you need to learn how to ease into the throttle because you were standing on it like it was a damn like you were trying to kill an ant.
Well, the weird thing is, so I have this thing where when I go into qualifying, generally my best qualifying lap is my first flying lap because I'm trying to get a marker on the board so then I can try and go faster. That generally is one of my fastest laps because I'm more careful. I'm turning in. I'm accelerating properly. Generally, if I'm concentrating, tires are sticky.
To be about 5 laps in, the tires fall off, like I keep telling everybody.
But my next lap will be a second slower or something, and then I'll be fighting to get back, and then I'll start overdriving the car and give up. You know.
So here's a tip for you then. Treat every lap like your first one.
I mentally, I just can't do it. I try to do that.
Okay. Martin, you totally can.
No, because
you totally can.
my
tough, man. I nut up hard too. You know, it's like I get all tense.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you
a good
totally
point.
can. What you're doing is you're telling your subconscious you can't, so it gives up. You
What?
gave yourself the answer, and then you gave me 4 other sentences why you couldn't do it. You
Well,
totally
I keep telling myself the same thing as well. I just say, just take it easy. Just go in like you're doing your first qualifying lap, and then I end up binning it.
Banker, do one banker, slow down, coast around a little bit, then do
No,
another one.
that is the banker. So then when I do the next one, that's a banker too. But my actions aren't a banker. If you know.
Yeah, that's psychological programming as much as anything. You were totally capable. Like the thing is for 95% of the people in this group, you are all equally as capable as driving as each other. We just need to psychologically get you into the right place so that you can programmatically get your brain to do it. Right? Like the people running up front literally are doing very little special. Like to be completely honest, like they're driving normally. It's just the rest of you are figuring out why. What is the car doing where it is in the corner? Why is it doing it? And what do I need to do to make the car do it again? Martin, you were 110% capable of doing this. If I didn't think you were, I would have just told you.
Yeah,
yeah, it's impossible.
I definitely have that. I think I can do it. But there's a lot of mind over matter, and what I find is I crash probably 50% of my races in the last 2 minutes of the race, and I did it exactly the same in this one, caused by myself. I actually start relaxing and I start thinking about, oh yeah, I'm in a pretty good place. I'm happy with this. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like this. And then boom, I crash. Did it again on. I don't know if you want to watch it. 21st lap or something.
So, Mark, if it makes you feel any better, I have the exact same problem.
Oh,
I have
good.
the exact
I'm
same
done.
problem. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, the last 2 laps of every race, and I've been racing for over a decade. The last laps of every race are a mental mind fuck for me every time. When I'm driving
Oh.
around, I'm looking at the sky. I'm worried about the guy behind me.
Uh-huh.
I got to a point where I started tying tape to the top of my steering wheel just to remind me to stay focused.
Yeah.
I'll tap the top of my fingers on the top of the steering wheel going into turn one every time, just as a mental trigger to reset myself. So I'll go down the straightaway to turn one and go tap tap, just to remind myself, hey, you still have something to do. Drive 1 lap, tap tap. Drive 1 lap, tap tap. Drive 1 lap, tap tap.
Oh,
Because
that's good.
otherwise, my brain gets tired. I've been doing something high intensity for half an hour. I'm bound to get distracted. So I have to give myself things to keep myself focused. Right. That's why I don't let cars that are coming up the back of me near the end of races distract me. All I need to do is keep that car behind me. I don't care what my lap time is anymore. I turn it off and I just drive laps.
Oh.
I give no shit. So the guy behind me is like, I was 6 seconds, 6 tenths of a lap faster than you for the last 2 laps. I don't care. You're behind me, bro. Like you have to get by the bright pink car in front of me. I just don't care because
That's
I have
great
the same I have
advice.
the same problem.
Yeah, I
Right?
fight with that, and I'm telling myself concentrate. Actually makes it worse. When I tell
It
myself to
does.
concentrate,
It
I'm
does.
stuffed.
It does because the active energy of concentrating is harder than just relaxing. Like telling yourself to not think of a pink elephant, you have to think of the pink elephant first before you stop thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So sometimes you give yourself too much to do. And so you're kind of worrying yourself into a ball of stress, and then you miss the brake marker by a minute because you're too busy telling yourself to calm down, and then you drive yourself in the wall, and then you tell yourself you can't do it. You totally can do this, Martin. We just need to find a new level of mental programming to get yourself to simplify what you're doing.
Yeah, and I just wish I could I could do that. Look, this was my best rookie race, and
Oh my
no, I've
god,
not been
no,
in
I
the top
saw where
10.
you were. When you were in sixth, I was stoked for you. I was like, I don't think I've seen you this high in forever.
Never.
Like, yay, right? We just like we'll work on it.
But
That's one of the benefits of rookies, right? We know what Martin's strength is. We know Martin can put in a banker, and we know he can go fast when he needs to. We just need to figure out a way to reset Martin's perspective on the whole race. So maybe like it's 21st laps, and that's all that it is. We're just going to have you put in 20 bankers from the beginning of the race to the end of the race. And that's what we do. And for
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else, they can do whatever the hell they want. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You were in sixth place, dude. You were totally more than capable of doing this. This is why I'm getting on you so hard about this.
I know, and it just throwing it away with 2 minutes to go is just like,
Dude,
seriously?
that happens. I've been I've been run into in the last 2 laps. I've spun a race away in the last lap. I've lost it on the last corner. Like you're gonna don't worry about this, right? The fundamental foundation of your ability to drive is confidence. And if you
Yeah, yeah.
start races telling yourself you're gonna fuck it up, you will self fulfill that prophecy and you will fuck it up every time. Every time. Every time.
I think
Which
you're right. It's those races
yeah,
that I
oh
start that I just go, I'm at the back. I didn't have time. I didn't have time to
yeah,
practice properly. Just take it
yeah.
easy. Don't crash anyone. And they're the races that I do best at.
Because you told your brain to fuck it. You told your brain to fuck it, and you didn't worry about it anymore.
The trouble is,
But
you know all these things, right? And I'm sure everybody listening thinks, yeah, I do that, and I know that, But it's changing it is so hard, you know.
It is really hard.
One
Yeah.
thing to remember, though, for your position of sixth, it was not because of anybody in the pits or anything like that either.
No,
You
were driving
made
your ass
it
off.
all the way up that far in the list. It
Yeah.
wasn't because you passed people while they were sitting still.
Right. That's what I do.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks,
lazy.
man.
I'm hella lazy. I will sit there with a lot of fuel in my car and be like, God, I hope this motherfucker pits. I can't catch him. Oh God.
Oh, that's cool. No, it's great fun. It's really great fun.
And the thing is, it's like it's like going through those what do you call it? Like when you're going through like a detox, or you're going through an intervention, right? Awareness of the problem is the first step, right? So we know that the first thing we need to acknowledge is that psychologically I beat myself up before the race is even over, right? We know that. So now the next thing we need to do is figure out when and where does this happen and why does this happen, and figure out what do I need to do to make it not happen. Do I need to pretend that I'm in 16th place? Do I need to tape a piece of tape to the corner of my screen that says 16 out of 16 so I think that I'm in last? Like, whatever
Not
you need to do.
Yeah,
You
not
know?
seeing the end of the race, not seeing how far I've got to go in the race would be good, and not seeing my deltas as well, because I spend my
Yeah.
time looking at, oh, how many laps have I got to go? What's my delta? Oh, I'm a little bit down. Why is that? You know?
You can turn that off. You know that.
Yeah, Martin, do you look at gaps way too much? Because that was my
Yeah.
issue, and I just
Yes.
flipped that off. And if you have Crew Chief installed, just let him tell you if there's a problem.
If you even want to do that.
Yeah.
If you even want that.
Yeah, because I don't want them telling me people are catching up with me. I don't need that. You know, that just freaks me out. I can see them in my mirrors.
Yeah, just turn it off. I'll put you in perspective. In the real race car, we have like micron timers that'll tell you like how many laps you've done and all these other pieces of data, right? It's helpful for me on a test day, but on a race, it just completely fucks my brain over. I will tape the shit out of that gauge. I would literally tape over everything except for warning lights and my tachometer, so that I know if something's going to blow up.
So
right?
that you don't see your delta.
You're right. So I don't see my delta. I don't pay it any attention. All I need to do is battle the guy in front of me. Who cares what the delta speed is? I just need to race him. So I don't worry about it. I can't mentally tell you what 0.2 of a lap time difference is when I'm driving. I'm driving. So I just tape over all of that and don't worry about it. If I'm catching the guy in front of me, good. If he gets away, then shame on me. And then I don't worry about
Just
it.
so you're better. That's interesting. I spent the whole race afraid about the deltas. The guys in front of me, the ones behind of me, and
Yeah, that's a good tip. Same here. I was looking at the bottom left the whole time.
You can't control it. You can't control it, right? That's everyone else driving their own cars. Nothing to do with your own car. Your own responsibility is to drive your own car as best as you humanly can. All this other information is just reference, but you can't do anything about it.
The only reason you would want to pay attention to that is once you start to get into an accident, or if you're coming out of the pits.
Correct.
Or multi-class, I guess.
Correct. Or if you want to strategize, like if you've got to a point where you can say, hey, I know I've got a 5-second gap to this person. I'm gaining him half a second a lap. I'm probably going to catch him in about 10 laps. Okay, good to know. Turn it off. Right? And then just drive those laps because you still got to put him down. Right? But there's no point looking every single lap. I don't know what's going to happen. He could spin and I could get all 5 seconds in one lap. I don't know.
This is great advice, guys. I'm going to bind those things to some buttons so I can turn them on and off. And at least when I start the race, turn them off. Yeah.
My MFD is my middle button on my wheel. And my MFD lets me cycle through the control panel and then all of the gauges real quick. And so if I need to, I can just click, 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 just to check, and then I turn it off. Because it psychologically is one more subconscious thing for me to look at. I don't need to know that Carter is 0.2 of a second faster than me going down the straightaway. I can see his damn car.
Yeah.
So I just drive.
And I can't.
Don't worry about it.
And I can't go any faster anyway.
I can't go any faster. I'm already doing that. Right? For whatever reason, whatever lap time I have is the lap time I have. Okay, I can't miraculously create more because I'm driving as fast as I can. I'm not driving to a margin most of the time. Like, there's a little bit of braking zone margin and a few other like safety things to keep me from hitting shit. But other than that, I'm driving as fast as I possibly can. That is what we are doing. And that's it. Right?
Not to mention all the cars are extremely evenly matched because they are the same goddamn car.
Right, exactly. Even next season when we have mixed cars, it'll be the same deal. Right? Like, I will bet you that half of you will get in your own heads telling me that it's a Ferrari track or a Mercedes track and you'll try less. Don't do that. Drive the car faster.
Speaking of which, people are not into Mercedes at all.
I like it.
We have.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I know. I really don't. That's not why I picked that car, and I don't care.
I know, my friend. But we have like 16 entries and 4 are Mercedes only, which is okay.
That's a lot.
That's why you have a month to figure it out. Half the field picking the car they pick think they like the car they picked. Give it a minute.
I've tried a Ferrari and I like it, but people don't know how overpowered the Mercedes is.
Well, that's why we picked that's why we picked the non-evil cars, and that's why we picked the Ferrari and the Mercedes. They're pretty close.
Yep.
So it'll work itself out.
Hey, Davin, can we look at one more really quick? One more incident.
Sure.
It was lap 12 on the Parabolica. I was battling Gray, and I just want to know if I gave him enough space or kind of what was going on there. I kind of dived on the inside.
Wrong person there, other guy.
Oh my God, you bastard!
too.
I was just gonna say,
other loose.
Yeah, you're looking at the other one, man. I mean, they sound exactly alike, though. That's
They do, right?
I should just
talking.
announce my name first.
Yeah, right. This is Dean, and I'd be like, oh, okay.
Hey man, this is
Yeah.
Dean. Can I ask you a question?
Right? You don't even. I mean, you call me
Zup.
Daven the whole time, and someone could at least give me this. Like, man. Let's see here. Let's find
Yeah,
out.
it was Parabolica.
Okay, and then I just lost where you were.
So lap 12. Yep, I'm right there.
Yeah, cool. And lap 12 near the end, maybe? Yeah, here we are. And where is our friend Mr. Gray? Where's the?
Oh shoot! It might have been the next lap.
That's okay. That's all right.
I don't know. It was when I was right behind Gray, so it
Oh,
might have
okay.
been the next lap.
Alright. Oh, you guys did come out of the pits together. So
Yeah, that must have been it. Yeah. It was after I pitted, so it was this lap. Yeah.
Dean committed murder of the elderly.
Don't do that.
No, I took myself out basically. He was fine.
That's fucked up to hear that sentence.
Right. Okay, here we are.
Yeah, I just don't
You got
know
a
if
hell of a
I
run on
like
him, holy
shouldn't
shit.
have dove or what. Cause I was right along him here, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it into Ascari. So I braked at my normal point. I went a little deep, but I kept it together. I wasn't sliding, and then I somehow my car slid out there. It didn't seem like I really hit him that hard. So I
You
don't
got
know
him
what happened.
sausage curve, and you went airborne.
Yeah,
I did
this,
exactly the same thing with him on
this,
the lap.
this is gonna partly ruin your life, right? And then this, we're kind of half grip on, half grip off, and then also.
Yeah, and it was such a light nudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pushed me sideways a little bit, and then.
Yeah.
But
and
did you
I
notice
thought he
what
was
he
off the
hit?
track. I could have given him more room, but I thought he was off the track.
Yeah, I shouldn't have hit the sausage curves, but I didn't have any room on the left, so my only other option would have been the grass.
Well, I think you were sliding a
all
little bit
started-
to the right from hitting him a bit, and then hitting the sausage curve. Boom! You lost all your traction.
Oh yeah. That's exactly it. He hit so many things. He got what he deserved.
Yeah.
You're sliding a little, and then boom, you go fully airborne.
Number
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I just see his wheel go through the fender?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
that'll
see
happen.
that.
That'll happen a few times.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh. Everything was kind of okay right there, right? If you look at where the rear wheel's even unloaded, right?
Yeah, and it looks like my steering was to the left too, so when I landed, it just snapped.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
see how much travel you have? Like, you're in the air.
Yeah.
So,
Actually,
And
the
I
back
was
tire's still off
steering
the
left
ground.
to try and catch it, and then it just snapped. It looked like.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might have been better if you'd gone to the right
Take a
of
look
the
at
sausage
Gray on the
curve.
lap
Yeah,
23. It's
exactly.
exactly the same thing, I believe, with me.
Wait, who am I looking
But
at?
that Gustavo.
Oh,
I
okay.
just the difference is that I hit the brakes and stepped behind of him.
Oh, that's
But
right.
it-
You were up here at that point.
Yeah, it was exactly the same.
Sad.
22 or 23, I believe. Maybe 21.
Oh, hey, look, they were.
All right, I got to dip and make dinner, but thank you very much, guys.
Sounds good,
Thank
man.
you, Mark.
Thank you,
A
buddy.
nice one.
Yeah.
Good season, everybody. See you
Yeah,
the next
for
one.
sure.
See you, bud.
See ya.
Do.
Oh yeah, we had some good laps here.
Hmm.
See, one
I
thing
was
you guys
watching
don't
my radar
understand
the
is
whole
that,
time.
yeah, one thing you don't understand is that G here,
Right there.
he's actually braking slightly earlier than everybody, and that's why you guys keep catching him at the apex of the corner, and then he drives away. This is what we were talking about earlier about times.
That's why I get so mad about it. I get so angry.
If you catch somebody that quickly in a short distance at the end of the corner, you fucked up.
You fucked up, and I'm just like, it's almost trying to give me an excuse why it's their fault. It's not their fault. I'm like, but you hit him. Like, okay. Oh my god! All right, sorry, I clicked off the thing just before we got to the best part. You never want to be wrong, but sometimes.
21. Yeah.
All right,
Next lap.
Yeah, here we go.
No. Next lap, maybe.
22. Man, you guys were forgetting. Did you guys exchange phone numbers? You guys were together forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to have some fun at the end of the
No, man,
race.
for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
we were,
see that? Yeah,
we
see
were
that?
racing.
Same thing.
Yeah,
he
see,
had
that-
a little more
Uh-huh.
room though, because he was behind him a little more than me.
Yeah, a little bit. And I think the other thing was that he stayed on the
I
inside of
pressed
the
the
curving
brake.
a little longer.
Oh,
Yeah,
he touched the brake. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it kept
I
him. It
could have
kept
done
him
the
on the
same
inside
thing.
enough.
He
Yeah.
just slowed down, kept the wheels straight, didn't like gas it a lot. Yeah.
Damn, yeah.
And I got back on. Yep.
Just gave up the corner.
It's hard though because too, like I get it, Dean. Like especially if you're trying to get the car gathered back up, and like I don't know state of mind, but like I'm sure you're not trying to battle the car with you, or just trying to get it kind of back onto the pavement quickly.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to run into him by any means. I was just expecting a little more room so that I would have time to, either avoid the sausage curve or correct it. But
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
It's as a racer, it's frustrating when you have to kind of gather your car back up and give back like the 7/10 or 8/10 that you spent so much time trying to win down. It sucks. It really sucks, but it keeps you in the race. So
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
If you don't mind me jumping in here stealthily, sorry guys.
No. We heard the noise when you showed up. It said.
Just if you look at like just the general technique of both of those instances, Mitch, when you were going your corner, or
It's
sorry, Dean.
Confusing everyone tonight.
Sorry.
They
Dean-
are twins, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys actually related? Is this a relationship?
We're
Yes,
identical
it is.
twins.
Yeah.
It's brother 1 and 2.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. But if you go back to actually what the coaches say when you are in an incident or you lose control of the car and everybody overdrives left, right, and then they end up losing it even more. This is a very similar scenario between you and what Gustavo did. Was Gustavo says, I just need control of the car and I don't want to hit anything. So he was willing to just brake a little bit. Whereas Dean, you just kind of, Davin had it a little bit on the in-car view, but just looking at the inputs of the wheel, what is a very similar situation where it's like, I'm just trying to maintain control. And sometimes it's just keep it straight because that's where the car's going to go.
Yeah. There's a big difference between I'll get it back versus I'm going to gather it up. Dean, you were driving like, I'll get it back. Like, yeah, I'm out of control, but I'll get it back in a minute. Where Gustavo was like, I'm going to gather this back up.
Yeah, I think partly in the back of my mind, I was a little too cocky there too. I was like, I'm gonna get this pass done just right here, right? And I was like, that's just not gonna happen over a sausage curb, and it took me out. So.
But Dean, in your defense, I only did that because I got hit a couple laps before. That's the only reason that I pressed the brake. Otherwise, I would have gone for that.
Yeah, maybe I was feeling too confident because the only mistakes I'd had were just spinning by myself. I hadn't had anyone hit me except for the first turn. So yeah, you might be right.
It was a brave start too, right? Because you were trying to make a move a little bit around the outside, and then the understeer kind of got you. And the Scari's, you need to have a big change in speed for the move around the Scari to actually work around the outside. So the moment you kind of turned in, you kind of were offline anyway, and now you're in
Yeah,
a
I was all the way up. I was all the way on the green. So
yeah, I mean, I get it. Like I've had it where like I'm just gonna try to punk a person and try to do it anyway. Like yeah, it's there's no rule that says I have to hit the apex when I make a corner. But if I'm gonna fall offline, I might as well get the pass done. All right, it's gonna be sloppy. At least be clean. All right, well,
yeah,
it happens.
Devin, quick question before I go. We're gonna have the same house of practice for the next race, or
It'll be Silverstone for the Silverstone test, and then as we change for events, I'll talk with Pope to get house practice changed. So we're going to try to change it every week, just so that it gives you guys a chance to try a few different different tracks with these cars, so that you get a sense of what you like.
So we're gonna have it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, house practice will still be out.
Yeah, and have a good one, guys. Talk to you tomorrow, probably.
Take it easy, Marcelo.
Yeah, I gotta head out. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Have a nice
guys.
night.
Good racing, guys.
Good night, all.
Thank you very much for everything, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Good job, guys.